Calling in the highest and purest frequency of our galactic council, angelic council, guardian angels, galactic dragons of protection, and light warriors to protect us from any intrusions, interferences in this transmission today. May this transmission activate our star family lineage. May this transmission allow us to reconnect with our star family. This is now the time for our reunion. Shite nunu musutukunu usutukunu 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 shae sekera e shutuku usutuku umae shiteka era isa isha era isa isha era isa isha e kukunu shutuku ma e shiteka e na e shushutuku mu shutuku e setekara esha e ka e sete no shushukuku ma isa Eshana eteka e shushu tukunu mu oa esa. Eshana esteta e shushu kukunu umu ukoa esha. Ena esu ututukunu wa esha. Ena esu tuku tutukunu wa esha. Mukuku kuku wa eshe se se se. Nukuku kuku ma eshe she she. Na tutu tutu tuku kuku ma eshe teke susuma esha eta esukunu ushutukunu. Esutukunu eshutukunu. Esutukunu eshutukunu, calling in the star mothers. Kukuma eshete kara esha isa. Kukuna esha esa etekera esha esa. Kukuna esha ena eseteka esha esa. Kukuna esha esena eteka kama shushushuku wa esete tutunu shutuku wa esha. Susutukunu wa esheteku wa esa eshutuku umu usu usu usu. Eshuma esa esha. Esuma esha esa. Esuma esha esa. Kumu wa esa eshutukunu sutuku uma esha esa. Sutukunu umu ukoa esha. Sutukunu umu ukoa esha. Sutukunu ma ese shete kara esha. Ma ese te kara esha. Connecting to your star family. Meke te te na esha isa. That is beyond just one planetary system. Akara eshe te kumu sutuku o eshe isaita. E ma esha isaina. E ma esha isaina. E ma esha isaina. Kua ese te kera. Kukunu sutuku ma eshe sete kara ese kukunu ukua esha esete. Kukunu ushu utukuru ukuru 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 ukuru. Ukuru 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 ukuru. Hei kera ina esha esa ekeru kukuma esete kara esha. Hikara eshena esete kere re 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 ete kere re 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 ete kere re 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 hukukuma eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ke ru eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ke hukukuma eshe sete ka hukukuma eshe sete ka hukukuma eshe se krma satakaraya krma satakaraya krma satakaraya satakara eshe tekera e ukunu u me shataka esete shushuma esa esha esa he ukuma esha esa he kukuma esha esa eshe sete kero susu susu hukukuma esha esa hekukuma esha esa hukukuma esha esa hekukuma esha esa hekukuma esha esa. Our Pleiadian Star Mother is here to guide us to our remembering, to our reunion. Open your heart, your field, to receive this activation from our Pleiadian Star Mother. Kira ishite kukuma isite kena ishite kukunu kukumu ushutoku wa isa. Bring your awareness to the center of your forehead. Kire isite kukuma isha isatakara isha. And see this royal blue colored light wrapping around your third eye, pineal gland. Kara isite kukunu sutukuma ishite kara isite kukuma isha isataka. Recalibrating. Shutukumu sutukururururururu shutukumu sutukurururururu shutukumu sutukurururururu maishi sete kara isha. Ekua isa isha. Ekua isa isha. Kera ese tukuru unu nu shete kara isa. Ekukuru ushutukukuma esete ke shutukukunu ushutukuku usutu uririri kara isaita kara isaitaka. Eka shutukukumu ushutukumu shutukuru usususususu. Eraisa shushushushushu. Eraisa shushushushushu. Eraisa shushushushushu. Feel the pulsation. Keraisai nana sataka shutukumu sutuku shutuku. In your pineal gland in your third eye, and send this signal out into the network of your star family. Kara ete te 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 kuku 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 kuku. Whether you feel it or not in your body, this is happening. The signal is being sent like Morse code. Kara esete kero kuku kuku. And only those that are connected with you will receive this code. Kara esese seru kukuma esa era eshete kire esete kukuma esha esa. E uku wa esha. E uku wa esha. E uku wa esha. Hirai se te 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 te. Hirai se te 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 te. Hirai se te 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 te. Arai ke se tu no shutuku. Arai se shutuku no shutuku. Arai se shutuku no shutuku wa ikaisha. Shutuku wa ishaisa. Shutuku wa isaisha eru kukuku ma isataka. You're ready to remember kara ise tokuro shotokumaisha. The parts of you in these parallel dimensions and timelines are reaching out to you as much as you're reaching out to them. Kara ise te kuruma isai shasha. For so long you have felt like you were alone on this planet. And for the longest time, you felt lonely, felt misunderstood. This is not the case anymore, because this reunion is happening on a mass collective level. Akarai shete nunu kukuma asasha. And this is a message from our Pleiadian Star Mother. Kire sete karai shutuku ye ya 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 ma ya 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 ye ya kai shataka sataka nasha. That you will begin to start connecting with these people. And these sacred connections are very, very, very sacred, powerful. They act like activators. You activate something in them and they activate something in you. And these people, you won't meet by chance. While it might seem like you did, but you really didn't. It was a really specific calling. Either a calling to a place, a calling to travel somewhere, a calling to go to a random cafe that you have never desired to go to a specific park, to go to a specific track, to take a specific course, to go to a specific retreat, holiday, to join a group of community, to take a specific teacher training, practitioner course, whatever it is. It might involve money. And this is something that you need to be aware of. That money really is energy, if you haven't already figured that out. It is a mode of exchange, really. Before money was even invented, we exchanged with what we have. Perhaps some chickens for a cow. And then it slowly evolved to silver, gold for rice, for a service. It's essentially how we traded these resources with what we have to get what we need. So see money as a mode of bringing these people to you instead of just spending money, because money is energy, and when you put out energy, you receive energy in return. The universe always balances itself out. When something flows out, it comes back in. Might be in a different form, but the energy always needs to balance out in equilibrium. That's just the law of the universe. Shutukurumai sete kara ene tukukumo ashataka sasasana shete susunu tutukuma ashasa. So start to see these exchanges from a higher level, from a more quantum level. It is time for our reunion. It is time for us to come together, because now is the time that we need to harness our energy to create big shifts in the world. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. And thank you for choosing to remember. Gurumo kokomai setera esha hese shushuru umuai sai shushuru umuai sai shushuru umuai isa. I want to pull some cards, but before I do that, I want to share this high frequency membership and soul community that I have been guided for the longest time to create. I must have received this long before I even started to awaken my own light language, my own soul language. And I received the specific name of this community. There were actually multiple times I created everything and it was so close to just publishing it and launching it, but it just didn't feel like the right time. And there were also multiple renditions of communities that I have brought together via free platforms. If you have been a part of my WhatsApp community, that's one of it. even though it's no longer there, it is still a part of my mission to bring people together. And the reason why that cycle has closed out now, I see really clearly, is because it is creating this space for me to bring this new star family soul community into the world. And this connection is going to be so much more than just a melting pot of varying levels of frequency of people in one space. And that often happens for free communities. I'm not saying that they are necessarily bad, but it speaks to different people at different stages. And in that WhatsApp community, I just knew that I had to create it so specific people could connect and find each other. And then when that was done, the purpose is served, and I'm supposed to just release that. And now this community that's coming through, this membership that's coming through, is really very specific to highly advanced starseeds, hybrids, to bring us together, because this is collective grid work. This is grid work on the next level. We might not know exactly what is happening, but something is happening when we come together. And activation is happening when we come together. And I've also been guided to, moving forward, bring people together physically via retreats, gatherings in different parts of the world, because there is so much value in being at a physical location in our physical bodies for a specific period of time. That grid work is going to be taken to an even higher level than what is already very powerful on the virtual space. You can expect some announcements to be made sometime next year. I'm not sure yet, but this is the virtual one that wants to be birthed through my vessel. It's been a long time, and now finally feels like it's the right time. I love the name of this membership, this star family soul community. It's like the liminal space between the spirit world and the physical world that we're able to tap into in this seemingly solid reality. And there is so much magic when we are in between states of human and spirit. Essentially, we are human and spirit. But it is in that in-between state where we're able to consolidate the truth and our current reality and recalibrate the collective and ourselves back to balance. And if you have had interactions with me before, you know I love to talk, and you know that I can just talk and go on for on and on and on, and it feels like it's just every time I speak, I'm receiving something and I'm just transmitting it to you, and it's an activation, it's a channeling, a session, and I just love it so much. I just want to, and I'm so excited to have a more intimate space to connect with people who truly resonate with my frequency. On a space like YouTube, while I'm very, very grateful for this platform, when I channel, it's very different from when I channel for a specific group of people, whether it's in a virtual circle or whether it is in a membership circle. On platforms like this, the people who are viewing it are of various frequencies, and not that a lower frequency is better than higher frequency or higher frequency is better than lower frequency, vice versa. It's not about that. it is just a fact that everybody is vibrating in different vibratory rates, aka frequency, and that is just a fact. And that this message that is going out right now, the transmissions that I put on YouTube, are for like a spectrum of people who are vibrating at different frequencies. So when I am tapping into the energy of a very specific group of people, the message that comes through is for that very specific group of people, and it is energetically, feeling wise, very different from these kind of frequencies. And again, it's not that one's better than the other, it's just catered to different people. It's not just a soul community, it's a star family reunion. It's like a celebration of our remembering and our reunion on our mothership. And even if you are not physically connecting with people via the group chat or the live calls, you might have chosen a different tier, but just know that in the quantum field, you are already exchanging frequencies, you are exchanging energy, you are communicating telepathically. It's like a cozy sleepover session that we have, where I would just put out my cards and I would just talk to my soul family, even though we're not related by blood, but it feels the connection is so much stronger than my family that I'm connected by blood through the genetic lineage. Again, if you're feeling called, the link is in the description box below, and I cannot wait to connect with your energy. Okay, time to pull some cards. Let's see what wants to come through. The Earth Warrior deck, it was calling out to me when I was choosing the deck. It was like staring straight into my soul, and it was like, use me. So this card. I don't even, it says, in each other we find ourselves. And how, it explains itself. In each other we find ourselves. We're really just guiding each other home to ourselves, essentially. This is the human experience. And when I say you're being guided to very specific people, these people are going to reflect something in you through their experiences, through their personality, through their sharing, through their frequency. And I've recorded this video that I think will be up in the next couple of weeks, I'm not sure, but it's how I have realized that in very deep connections that I make with my inner circle, I activate these individuals very deeply, to the point where these triggers might pull up a lot of gunk in their life to be purged out and cleansed out, and that it could feel very intense for them, very triggering, so much so that they want to run away, and that we actually have to take like a couple of days, weeks, months, years away from each other for each of us individually to recalibrate, to integrate, to process, and then come back and connect like we've never did before. Recently, it just happened to one of my relationships, and it just reminded me of this topic that I am so passionate about, which I will not dive deep into it in this video, so you can wait for that video that's coming up. But yeah, in these relationships, we kind of have a contract with each other before we even came to Earthside. We agreed that we would meet again. And specifically for you, if you are receiving this message and you resonate deeply with my frequency, it tells you something about your own frequency as well. I'm just mirroring your frequency back to you. You might not be there, like fully stabilized in that yet, but it could perhaps be a glimpse of the you that you are shifting into, and it is assisting you to cleanse out the stuff that's not in alignment with this frequency and with this truth, so that you can rise and stabilize this higher density codes into your reality, and then your reality, physical reality, will then shift accordingly to your vibratory rate. Everything is a reflection. When you look at your life, when you look at your relationships, relationship with your family, your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your friends, your relationship with money, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your health, everything is just reflecting back to you where you're at right now. So you're receiving this activation, and this message is coming through pretty clearly that you have reached a significant point in your journey where you are stabilized at a specific frequency that calls in your soul family, your star family. And this group of people, this group is not going to be solid, as in it ebbs and flows as well. Like how people come into your life and then they serve a specific purpose, and then they would, bleep out of your life. And then the next one comes and activates you, and then, it's done, and then the next one comes. So this group that you're calling in, this group that you're going to connect with very, very, very soon in the next couple of months, that's what I'm getting, is serving you in your specific journey at the phase you're at right now. And as you transform and as you grow, different people are going to come into your life. It's not going to be the same people. There might be a couple few who are going to be there for long, but most of the people come and go. And you have to learn to be okay with that, because again, it is a reflection of you. The people you meet, the life circumstances that you're going through right now is a reflection of your vibratory rate. So if your friends are not changing, then essentially in a very flat out way, you're not actually growing if you're not growing out of relationships as well. Especially, I'm not saying that this is an assumption that they're not working on themselves, right? And you're growing and they're not working on themselves and they are stagnant, then they're going to fall off if they are not growing at the same speed as you. However, if the group of people that you are with, let's say it's your partner or your friends, they are also raising their frequency at not the same rate, but a similar rate, so much so that you both are, or the group of you are still in the bandwidth of this vibratory rate, then they're still going to be in your life. So it's like the spectrum of white light, right? The spectrum of light has different specific frequencies, the frequency of red, the frequency of yellow, the frequency of, what other colors are there? Green. The 7 colors of the rainbow. That is an entire bandwidth of frequency of light. So it doesn't mean that your group of friends have to specifically be vibrating at the red color, if you're at the red color, for them to be still friends with you. It's a range, it's a spectrum, meaning they can be at a different color while you're at red, and you guys are still in union. I'm being guided to just read a couple of things from the guidebook, and it says, there's a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your expansion. Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much so that others are uplifted in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness to life generates healing for our earth. There are times when the spiritual path requires separation from a collective and the consciousness it holds. We may feel an internal disconnection from society during such phases as we sift through societal conditioning, casting aside that which does not strike us as truth and seeking alternative views. As we distill our consciousness, we discover a new way to be. Then when it is time, we naturally seek to live and share this internal truth with others. Reach out to our people or discover new soul groups integrating into the social fold with our precious offering of our new awareness. We realize that conflict with societal values serve a purpose. It helps us clarify our consciousness so that we can grow stronger spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally. Our offering to our communities can then become an alchemical wisdom. A person in enlightenment with innate spiritual purpose becomes a conduit for the intelligence of life itself. Their personal journey has a transpersonal effect. They become sacred activists at a deep level of being. Through their presence, things happen. They become a natural catalyst for healing transformation. A human enriched with spiritual warmth and inclusive love is open to others and encourages good in all human beings. They understand that they can only gain from assisting others. The spiritual progress of another and the sacred empowerment that comes from it is inspirational rather than a source of jealousy or self-doubt. These teachings help us evolve from competition to the realization that the moment another is oppressed, denied, or diminished, suffering is released into the collective. The more sensitive we are spiritually, the more we recognize this, and the more motivated we become to serve the evolution of humanity for the benefit of all beings. So what I'm feeling right now is that this is a confirmation that you are one of the volunteers. You are one of the ones that chose to come onto this plane at this time to assist humanity. And you might have heard this in many people's channelings and transmissions, and your brain, your mind might have just shoved it aside. I'm speaking to your subconscious right now, that this is what you really came here to do. And I just want you to be aware of this, because the disconnection, the dissonance that you are feeling in your life right now is because you are not in alignment with this mission that you came here to fulfill. And therefore, you don't feel anything about the relationship that you're in. You don't feel much about this job that you're in. You don't feel much about life. That's because you're not living in alignment with this mission. This is just the first step. This is the activation. And let that just simmer. Let that simmer. It is the whole pot of goodness that we're cooking up. And when it's time to be served, it is time to be served. So thank you so much for receiving this transmission. I am sending so much love to you. Thank you for this beautiful community on YouTube that I never would have thought like this would be my reality. So thank you for all your love. Thank you for just being here. It is my honor every time to do these transmissions for myself, for you, for all of us. May all beings be happy and free.